Stop.
That's how I've woken up.
I think the real question, I'm just gonna be so open about this, on the idea of distractions. Kidding, no. That's how I'm gonna start it. No! Let me pop off. You know? Sometimes, when I'm just on social media, there's a hot babe. And I'm like, wow. She's fine. But that woman keeps me in bed all the time. More time than I can really account for. And maybe that's just my brain. And I hate that. I hate that so much. You know, attractive lady. they're not even like the images. But that's what I'm saying. I think that is my dilemma as of today. A question, and I'm picking out to the audience. How can you stop loving attractive women? Maybe you have to understand their personality and hate their personality. Because sometimes the physical features are too much. Maybe that's the answer. I don't know. Maybe you just drop the phone. But maybe sometimes in real life you see those beautiful women. And you're like, damn. Okay. Bye, I'm sorry. I love women. That was my tangent. Okay. Next thing, I was also thinking in the shower. Shower thoughts here is if I had an episode that was just quiet, like silence, me being silent, and it's just me trying to talk while just being silent, like a mime almost, but be able to just interpret with my hands. Don't make any noise. But I think everything around me can make noise. Other people can talk. Maybe I just don't feel me talking. But then I'm like, I will say I'll probably only talk if someone else is talking to me directly or I need to do like a task at hand or something. I will not talk freely. Like just expressing my thoughts. I just want to just sort of express through my gestures and maybe whiteboards I bring with me on the car ride, just to be like, this is the silent episode. This is the no talking episode. I'm just being, ever since I did the animation, like during like my edit for like whatever day this was, I'm just like, man, I want to go experimental now. So I'm like, what happens if I have a whole day where I actually just not even lock in, right? It's just more so I don't have dialogue, me talking. And it's just me, it's just recording me sort of just being like, but even with that sigh, if you heard that sigh, like the, like I can't do that. It would just be like, but I have to act it as though I'm doing like these like normal things where I am like recording when I want to record and then like expressing myself but not verbally saying it. So I'll be like, like that. And I'm like, okay. Like, I'm thinking what I'm saying, but I'm not moving my mouth. Maybe I'm pointing at things, but the things that I'm pointing at have no words in them. They're just like images. They're not gonna be like abstract images, but it will just be like images in which I just have things that correlate to what I'm probably saying. I'll be like wingdinging it. And then my ranker is gonna be like, or like sign language. I'll be like, okay. Yeah, I won't do sign language. I'm just gonna vibe it out. Maybe this is gonna be the most poetic episode. I don't know. But that's my plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the silent episode. I'm thinking about the criteria. I'm just going to my project class. Yeah, no, I'm going to like my media and ethics class. So if I'm going to a class, I'm just gonna be like, or I draw the symbol of like whatever class. I don't want to spoil whatever my class is because I want to figure out how I want to draw that out. So I'm just like, whatever class it is, and I'm like, and then it's like, what does that mean? Communication just through visuals. It's interesting. Maybe I go more abstract with it, like a flower blooming, or in reverse, or I don't know, footage or something. But that's just how it is. Then I have lighting. I still have to do my lighting assignments. So I want to finish my edits. I want to do that. So after media and ethics, I'll rush, get food, and edit. And after editing, because I did day 14, so 15, 16, 17, I have 2 episodes, technically. So I have 2 episodes I have to just edit, and then after the 2 edits, I'm going to do my lighting assignment, and I'm going to panic a little bit, obviously, because that's how it is. Otherwise, yeah. I want it to be a priority, my videos, so I don't have to do them, because I just don't want to continue. I don't want the process to be like, okay, I have 1 episode in the for the next day, but then I'm like, I want to do it like on the day. Like on the day, that's what I did. And I edited it during the day. So. And also deadlines are weird because I have classes at different times. So it's like, what would be a deadline? A hypothetical deadline for me posting stuff is like 11 p.m. on like 10 to 11 p.m. is the most objective time to post things because I have classes till 9 and I get home like around 10-ish. So it's like, that depends. But we make for what it is worth making for doing stuff. That was clean parking. Let me check. Solid. Okay. See you in jet. Bro, it feels like a hot box in here, my guy. Woo! Like you feel it on your eyelids, you feel it in your body, like coats around you. It's like an aura. You feel the aura around you, man. Woo! Yeah, what happened today? Well, there's a lot of just like in-class work on the 5 morality principles. And afterwards, whether you could do it solo or with a group, I did mine solo, which is fine. And it was filling out the Padlet. Then I have to do my journal, which I'll do that over the weekend. But my priority honestly has to lie to the lighting, because I don't know how long that's gonna take. And I should get that done. So I will finish that first. And if I'm done, then we go to editing my videos. Also after class, like that's why it's like what time? It's like 1:50 because I could have left later on, like earlier. Was that I was with Paul and Kylie. And Kylie was working on her 3D modeling and as well her portfolio stuff, looking into that. Which a lot of people are like, man, it was supposed to be an entry or junior thing. But then, which I'm just telling people. I think I'm just the person telling people, I'm like, hey, I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's a weird thing that I'm like the person that I'm like, I just raise my hand for the questions, like, yeah, that's there. But then when it's like open discussion, like for the media ethics, I'm just like, don't look at me, don't look at me. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's weirdly more open to open the space for other people who didn't talk, which sucks. It honestly sucks if you have that mindset. Why? Because it's like, okay, then you're not gonna. I think it's like worry more so. The answer obviously objective. Like worry more so about yourself and have an answer when you believe you should answer, which is like most of the time I should answer. Then be afraid to expect what the outcome becomes when it comes to the answers. But know from your heart to heart, what are you going to say should be like reasonable, but to your expectations, what is reasonable to say. Not to others' perceptions and how reasonable it should be said. Pop off, King! Okay, anyhow. And also, Colin came by the space. I was at like Paul's temporary team space or Kaylee's temporary team space, and then also Colin's temporary team space. And I think he was just working on like production and stuff, which was like, okay, that's cool. And I think he was also working on his portfolio, and he's also doing a solo, like highly mentioned. Imagine me tomorrow with the silent episode. I just have a whiteboard just filled with, I'm just pointing. I'm like, that would be awesome. This is what I'll do. I'll start recording. I will draw out what I'm gonna say, and then drive and be like, organized thoughts right here, man. All the way. I would think it's a very fun episode. I think it would be a fun episode of not saying anything and just like driving. And yeah, now I'm just leaving because I need to do that work. Also, I was talking to Adrian, and she's also in the online class. I'm like, did you do it? And she's like, no. And I'm like, wow. Imagine me. Imagine if I never confronted her. Imagine. Also, Shania was there and she waved at me, so I waved back. But imagine if I didn't say that to her to turn it in or start it. Imagine. I'm just that good. Sometimes I'm like, again, if I wasn't in a shy body, I think I would be more extroverted. I would be more plaintively say, hey, this is the real thing, this is the real deal though. But it's like, when I stand up there and then I just like, aura, you are anxiety. Let's fill that stomach with anxiety, you know? Let's make you sweat a lot. And then I'm talking, I'm like, yeah, I just sweat a lot and have a hard time with like conversation. I don't know. That's just me. But no, the YouTube videos come secondary to that of like my lighting assignment. So focus on that first, because then I can take as much time as I want to see. And Perforce, not Perforce, but just like having the Unreal open and seeing how that goes, and then do my editing. And then I have to figure out I can't do my VFX as well. I have to, I'll start a layout of a block out of my VFX thing, which should be interesting, I think. That's what I have to start off with, like a screenshot. Okay. Okay. So okay, I just want to say midway through, I finished a lighting assignment. Goated! I'm goated. So bitch, I'm out of touch. Did I say bitch? I'm sorry. I listened to the hour-long version. I might afterwards just make a recap video of me doing the feel of it. Maybe you'll see it beforehand. But oh my gosh. The one thing, I feel like, the one thing that will take me away from the time and effort to do things. Honestly. Pause. Let's imagine a world where I'm actually doing perfect. Like, I'm actually locked in, I'm doing my assignments. The one thing that will aggravate me, you know, it's like my yin and yang. Like, there has to be like a terrible thing. And it is from a slow computer trying to drag things and move things around. Just from that is crazy. It's slow. Unreal crashes and Photoshop. That, honest to God, periodically saved my life. Okay, saved my life in the process. And now it's traffic. So I'm like, okay, now I gotta recall and remember around 5 and 6 is the toughest traffic points in my life. I think I have to stay at school around 4 and then come around. Because then I just have to do that. And that would be, like, interesting. I don't know. But I think that right there is where it's at. I think if you're going to school in Redmond, it's just like for Japan. They're barefoot. I'm like, what the hell? That's how hot it is. I would show them in bare feet, but you know, content is where is content. Oh man, honestly, it's rough. It's rough out here with the traffic at 5 to 6 or 4. I need to get to school at 4 so I can do stuff. I also have to, honestly, for the VFX thing, I can just copy and paste and then white box it out and then show him. I might just do that. Get that out of the way. So that way I have time to talk with Alice about the portfolio stuff, which is cool. And I gotta look at her recommendations again, which would be nice. Yeah, the 4-way is kind of insane. And also just like, it is insane. That's just me. But sometimes you're just goated. I feel like when you have neglect enough times to do work, you get the sensibility of how much time you actually can crunch into doing things, which again is a sucky maneuver. It's a terrible maneuver that no one should have the power to have, but I have the power. I have the power from the big experience. Pink Pony Club, I don't really know what the pink. Okay. We in a dark room. A moving dark room, which has so many more things to be dark about in the room. This is a dark episode. Everything is dark. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I will not turn on my light. This is just all natural lighting and how everything's going about. Okay, that just... Oh, okay. That was a false interpretation. I thought those rows of cars, but then it stops, and you're like, oh, okay. Valid. Ranker! How would I rank today? I would rank today a solid A. Hello, I'm gonna start off by saying I am day 28 editor Nathaniel. Yes, I defeated day 23 Nathaniel of the Northwest at a rock paper scissors contest. Anyhow, that's crazy. I said this is an A-tier day. I gotta admit really shortly, because the video's not about me, it's about day 17 Nathaniel. The sleep one was crazy. I forgot I did that. And how I started off driving and talking about women. That was insane as well. Apologies from day 28 Nathaniel to me now. But I think it's one of those things where you see content online, you're like, wow, why am I advertised this on the daily? And I remove them, but then I see them in my search. And I'm like, ignore it, but it's there. Anyhow, I have not seen what happens after. Maybe I did say B, but it shocked me so much that I needed to record this. Beyond the future, to be like, this is an A tier day? I think because I did my work, right? Okay, back to the video, yeah. No, I would not. I would totally not. I would rank today. Well, wait. I was joking with the A, but maybe. Just maybe it's an A. Is it an A? Like did I do what I wanted to do? I like how I'm like, I like how this is the A and I talk about beep, 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 beep. I don't know. I don't think it is an A. Why? Because I know I told myself in the last episode that I should edit my videos, which I think I'm gonna do like when I get back home to my apartment. I feel that vibe right now. I'm like, oh, it's 9, might as well. And also I'll just put up like that's a vibe. I might vibe with that. Do I want to get to eat though? Maybe. Or maybe not. Who knows? Chip sounds nice. Like chip and then dip. But I'm like, why would you want chip and dip at night? Chip and dip at night. Oh yeah, lighting. I did my lighting. That was great. But I think I did it wrong. Because then she was showing off like different methods. I would say I did a rush off version of it. And then when I compared it with the two, I'm like, they're bad. I think like I would say they're bad in the sense that they become muddy with some of the areas because of how blown out I put them to be, and I would have to be more selective in the areas, and so I don't have to like gauge on that. That's what I should have done. Anyhow, because I just took the textures and I just ramped it up. I didn't really consider like the other types of materials that weren't metals in it from the demo sheet presented. Otherwise, yeah, I think that was cool. I don't really know if there's anything else really done. I think tomorrow, legitimately. Well, also another thing is like I do my VFX thing, but also I asked Russell about like, oh, what does he want turned in? He hasn't responded, but I saw the eyeballs. So maybe by tomorrow he'll tell me. But I think it's very easy for me at least to honestly just do a block out of it. I should have honestly recorded when I got up there, so I can listen in on what he said, but I wrote notes, so that's also good. And I'll just get that from that feedback. Yeah. All I really have to do is copy and paste the launching mechanic of the other thing that I did, and then adjust any parameters needed for those. It's gonna look terrible, but I'm going to just do that because that's grand. That's great. And maybe do some research on the UI stuff. But I would say overall is a B tier. I would say it's a B tier. Successful B tier. I felt the rush. I felt the energy of the things that I did. Tomorrow is going to be the silent episode, where I'm silent. And here are the things. Okay, yeah. Here are the standards that I'm going to do. I'm going to be quiet. I'll probably have to bring a whiteboard with me until I draw out what I'm doing. And laughing counts as making a sound. I'll mark every time I actually do make a sound when I do my edit. So it's like every sound that I make, I think bodily, just like if I do that doesn't count. I think it's just like talking, like verbally, like or sneezing. Sneezing counts. Every time I see like and then it just cuts to the next one. Ooh, maybe I'll do that. No text besides the That's Just Me. And the music will be interesting. I'll see if there's music or not. We'll see. But otherwise, I'm probably just going to end my videos and do UX things. And probably tomorrow I'll do the VFX thing because I want to get the videos off and going. And I'm glad I committed. I also have to just commemorate a little bit to myself. I'm glad I committed to doing my assignment first, then editing the videos. I think that would have been a hellscape. Because I also took in consideration me like sleeping. And I did sleep. And it was the best sleep imaginable. And then I woke up like, oh, okay, let me log in. And I did log in. So sometimes consider sleeping. And notably at DigiPen, you know, a lot of students can't sleep at their workspace because, you know, when people do walk-ins or like they want to browse with the DigiPen thing, it's just like, yeah, that's kind of like not professional. And there used to be like a nap club, but that doesn't exist. That's a fun fact. That's just me.